Hello and thanks for joining us tonight for WWAY News at 11. I'm Sydney Bouchelle. We begin tonight with developing international news. Iran fired air defense batteries early Friday morning after reports of explosions near the city of Isfahan, the state-run IRNA news agency reported. It remained unclear if the country was under attack. However, tensions remain high in the wider Middle East after Iran's unprecedented missile and drone attack on Israel. IRNA said the defenses fired across several provinces. It did not elaborate on what caused the batteries to fire, though people across the area reported hearing the sounds. The semi-official Fars and Tasnim news agencies reported the sounds of blasts without giving a cause. State television acknowledged loud noise in the area. Back in our area, Wilmington police say 3 people are in custody after a shooting this afternoon. Police responded around 1:30 this afternoon to a ShotSpotter alert near Market Street and Darlington Avenue. When they arrived, officers found 2 people who said they'd been robbed. One person who was shot was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. 3 people are facing charges. A 16-year-old is charged with possession of a firearm by a minor. 21-year-old Demir Ballard of Navassa is charged with assault with a deadly weapon, carrying a concealed weapon, and discharging a firearm in the city limits. And 23-year-old Zyquan McQuillan of Wilmington is charged with common law robbery. The North Carolina Highway Patrol says a man is facing charges for allegedly hitting a child with a vehicle in New Hanover County. It happened Sunday night around 10:45, where an 8-year-old walking on Gordon Road was struck. The child was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. Troopers located the driver and the vehicle involved at a nearby apartment complex. 45-year-old Joseph Chamberlain of Wilmington is charged with felony hit and run, causing serious injury, driving while impaired, and having an open container of alcohol in the passenger area. In Pender County, we're learning more information about a deadly car crash. The Highway Patrol says around 3 o'clock yesterday, a Jeep traveling on NC 210 near Woodpecker Parkway crossed the center line and collided with a Chevy SUV. The Jeep ended up going off the road, rolled over, hit a tree, and caught fire. The man driving the Jeep was pronounced dead at the scene. The SUV also caught fire in the road, but a Good Samaritan was able to help rescue that driver. She was taken to the hospital. Her condition is not known at this time. New at 11, dozens of residents gathering in Burgaw this evening to give their thoughts on a proposed rezoning for more than 500 homes that could come to the area. Residents at the Burgaw Planning Board meeting heard from a presentation from developer D.R. Horton about their proposal to bring 531 units to a space located off NC Highway 53. The Planning Board questioned the developer about potential traffic, flooding, fire hazards, and the impact these homes would make on the population of current schools. Many residents voicing their displeasure with the development during public comment. The board tabled the discussion and gave the applicant several questions to answer before they get around to voting on the rezoning. Matthew Boney, a member of the Burgaw Planning Board, says that there are issues he'd like to see addressed.
Was for one, I wanted to see what kind of income it was going to bring into our tax base, because right now our schools, kind of need it. So my number one concern is for the children. What kind of how's it going to add to the tax base, and 2, our hospital. How's it going to contribute? How's it going to contribute to the revenue of our local hospitals?
The next meeting will be on May 16th. The hearing of a Pender County woman accused of embezzling from the county clerk of court's office continued in Burgaw today. WWAY's Connor Doherty was there and has more on the allegations she's facing.
On Thursday, Elizabeth Craver took the stand, answering questions about items she bought for personal use when she served as the clerk of court for Pender County. Some of the items Craver allegedly bought included an air conditioner, Apple laptop, and a printer. Also taking the stand was James Mixon, president of the North Carolina Conference of Clerks, who answered questions about the legality of people who work in the clerk of court office campaigning on behalf of the clerk. Craver is alleged to have falsified time cards for some people working below her, so they got paid while helping her campaign. Mixon says as long as they were campaigning during their free time, he saw no issue with it. The hearing will determine whether Craver will be permanently removed from her position as clerk of court. A grand jury indicted Craver in February on 3 counts of felony obtaining property by false pretense and 1 count of misdemeanor willful failure to discharge duties. In Pender County, Connor Doherty, WWAY News.
That hearing will continue tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Brunswick County Habitat for Humanity celebrated the start of construction today for their new Restore. It'll be located off Village Road in Leland. The secondhand store will occupy 15,000 square feet of space. Several elected leaders were there, including county commissioners, Leland town officials, and the director for Congressman David Rouser. These restores generate money that help Habitat for Humanity build houses for Brunswick County families. Paul Kennedy is the president of Brunswick County Habitat for Humanity. He says today showcases the hard work that goes into these projects.
This is the culmination of 4 years of planning and prep and getting through COVID, etc., to be able to stand here today. Wonderful partnership. We have lots of partners and we appreciate it, and lots of volunteers also.
This will be the 4th Habitat for Humanity Restore in Brunswick County. If you're flying in or out of Wilmington International Airport, there are a few more options of food for you now. The airport held a ribbon cutting ceremony for a new Dunkin' coffee shop, a Jimmy John's sandwich shop, and a store called The Market. The new shops are on the opposite side of the terminal from Port City Java and several other stores. ILM now has a total of 7 restaurants and shops. We want to know, which concession are you most excited about at ILM? Here's how you voted so far. 53% of you say you're most excited for Dunkin', 30% say Jimmy John's, and 17% say The Market. Thanks to everyone who has voted so far. And if you still want to vote, scan the QR code on your screen or head to our website. A restaurant space that's long sat empty in downtown Wilmington is set to get a new eatery this summer. Allison Ballard with the Star News reports the Hotel Ballast and the local Alfala Hospitality have been putting together the plans for Sugo Italian Steakhouse. A waterfront restaurant space has been empty since 2021. Jamie Alfala says the hotel has been looking for the right concept for the space, and it has been a great project to work on while they begin renovation at the Preston Fine Dining Restaurant and Greystone Inn. A fire damaged that property in June. The steakhouse in the Hotel Ballast should open by July. Coming up on WWAY News at 11, more jurors selected for an historic trial in New York.